All right, welcome everyone, and thank you for coming out today for our Productivity Talk series. Today's theme is from productivity to profitability, workforce optimization in action. My name is Carrie Nelson Pinedo, the productivity manager at Blue Cubit Consulting, formerly Think and Change, which is a Think and Change company. In my role, I work with organizations across varying industries to answer one critical question: how do we turn effort into outcomes? Because let's be honest, busy does not always mean productive, and productive does not always mean profitable. Today, we'll explore not only the challenges that hold organization back, but also the strategies and tools that can transform work patterns into measurable ROI. So we will focus on the challenges of invisible factors draining ROI and the practical solutions to close the gap. Then break down the key levers that consistently drive results. We'll review the impact backed by research and real data and share real results through active track case studies, followed by a quick demo on how it works. We'll also address privacy and compliance protections and wrap up with a question and answer. This session will be interactive with live polls, so please engage, share, and let's learn from each other. Let's start with a quick reality check. Here are three familiar challenges that hold ROI back. First, hidden productivity gaps. Duplicated work and constant tool switching don't show up on timesheets, but quietly siphon output. Second, outdated metrics can miss what matters. Hours lagged and task checked off can mask minimal contribution to strategic outcomes, confusing motion with progress. Third, managers lack the visibility needed to coach for growth. Without insights into burnout, distractions, or roadblocks, leaders can't intervene in time. It's like steering a ship without a radar. Now, I want you to pause and reflect. Do these challenges sound familiar in your organization? Which of these hits home the most? Let's find out. Coming up is our first poll. To participate in these polls, just check the activity icon at the bottom right-hand corner. That's 6 dots in a square. Select polls and choose your answer. Then hit submit. If you're using a mobile device, select the 3 dots for more options, then select tools, and from that page, click polls. Just tap and answer. All right. So here's your first poll. What is your organization's biggest productivity challenge? Too much time wasted on low value tasks, lack of visibility into workload balance, outdated metrics that don't reflect impact, limited coaching opportunities for managers. Go ahead and submit your answers. If you're having an issue to select the polls, do let me know. So I'll give you a minute to go ahead and finish up. All right, seeing some answers come over. So I'm seeing where lack of visibility into workload balance is one, and outdated metrics that don't reflect impact. I can understand how this would be a challenge for you, but not to worry. As we go further, you will see how this challenge can be resolved. So now that we have those results, let's jump into the solution. Here's the good news. Challenges are solvable. When we have the right tools and mindsets, close hidden productivity gaps with real-time analytics, we can surface insufficiencies that were previously invisible, such as repetitive manual processes or time lost in unnecessary meetings. Example, A sales team discovered through time tracking analytics that reps were spending nearly 25% of their week manually updating CRM data. Automating those updates gave them a full day each week for selling. Focus on what matters. Not all tasks are equal. The solution is to distinguish between high value, revenue driving work, and distraction. A marketing team shifted from chasing every campaign idea to doubling down on the top two channels, which were driving 80% of their leads. This not only boosted ROI, but reduced burnout from juggling too many low impact tasks. Empower leaders and teams. Insights aren't for managers alone. Teams should have access to their own data, use it as a benchmark performance, and make real time adjustments. For instance, a customer service support team used dashboards to track average response times by benchmarking against peers. They identified where delays were happening and collaborative adjustments workflow, cutting response time by 40% without needing extra headcount. What about data driven coaching? With targeted analytics, managers can move beyond intuitive and guide behaviors that direct influence the ROI. An example is, and a general manager noticed that admins were spending significant time responding to routine email requests, but often missed deadlines for higher priority tasks. With data insights, the manager coached the team on using templates and automated tools for repetitive tasks, freeing up to focus on critical tasks. Within a quarter, task completion rates on high value work improved by 20%. This isn't about micromanaging, it's about visibility, empowerment, and alignment. You might be wondering, what exactly is Active Track and how is it different? Let's take a look at this short clip to give you some insights.
Defining productivity is a challenge. Measuring and optimizing it is even harder. In a landscape filled with productivity point solutions, ActiveTrack stands apart. ActiveTrack's workforce intelligence platform transforms work activity data into actionable insights to optimize performance management and boost business productivity. Unlike traditional employee monitoring tools, ActiveTrack is the only complete solution with employee monitoring, productivity and performance management, and workforce planning capabilities that deliver measurable ROI in just weeks. ActiveTrack differentiators include enterprise-class scale to accelerate time to value, an employee-centric approach to ensure data privacy, AI-powered insights to help prioritize actions, and best-in-class expertise to optimize outcomes. And you can easily integrate ActiveTrack with your tech stack for greater visibility and analysis. ActiveTrack's highly flexible, extensible platform allows you to combine workforce data with other business data to optimize productivity and outcomes. For instance, you can integrate with business intelligence tools such as Power BI, Tableau, and Looker Studio, and HRIS and people analytics tools like Workday, ADP, and Visier to gain deeper insights into productivity and improve organizational efficiency. You shouldn't have to compromise privacy, performance, or context to gain accurate, actionable insights that drive your business forward. ActiveTrack's workforce intelligence platform delivers real results for real.
All right, so that's a little bit about ActiveTrack. Now let's take a deeper look at the levers for ROI. Visibility and analytics matter because they show where time and money actually goes. When you can see context switching, duplicate work, and low value meetings, you can cut them and reclaim capacity. That drops straight to the bottom line. Quick math. Saving 30% per person per day is 120 hours a year. For 100 people at 60 hours loaded rate, that's about 720,000 of capacity you can redeploy. Engagement is not just soft. Engaged teams ship faster, make fewer errors, and stick around longer. So ROI improves through higher throughput, better quality, and lower attrition cost. Investment in skill acceleration pays off for the same reason. Faster time to proficiency and smarter use of existing tools reduce rework and cycle time, turning training dollars into more output per person. Smarter adaptation of technology boost yield boost when you consolidate overlapping apps, automate repetitive steps, and integrate systems so workflows without swivel chair copying. The payoff shows up as fewer licenses, fewer manual touches, fewer context switches, less cost, more finished work. And action is as important as measurement. A simple weekly rhythm of insight, decision, and change turns dashboard into dollars. Pick one roadblock, assign an owner, run a 2 weeks experiment, and remeasure. Small wins compound into faster delivery and lower unit costs. Together, these five practical convert visibility into decisions into behavior change, and behavior change into measurable ROI. Now, what is the impact? Here are the numbers. Engagement is a powerful performance driver. Top quarter teams are 23 more percent more profitable and see 59% lower turnover, Gallup said. By contrast, disengagement costs the global economy $8.8 trillion annually, nearly 9% of GDP, much of it from hidden capacity gaps, McKinsey stated. Faster time to proficiency adds an 8-point lift in shareholder return, while generative AI boosts productivity by 14% overall and up to 34% for lower skilled workers, reported by AP News. Critically, highly engaged organizations act on feedback that at more than double the rate or less engaged peers work tangle. The strongest ROI comes when companies pair technology with investment in talent and organizational design. This was reported by HR executives. These aren't abstract ideas. They're hard numbers that connect productivity decisions to bottom line results. Let's watch a short video on how ActiveTrack can enable organizations like yours by using visibility and analytics to perform productivity.
Today, we'll be taking a look at how ActiveTrack's workforce intelligence platform equips leaders with data-driven insights that enable them to reduce waste, optimize workforce investments, and drive profit growth. Let's start with the financial loss analysis dashboard. Studies show that most organizations lose 20 to 30% of workforce capacity to hidden inefficiencies, translating to millions in unrealized labor ROI each year. Financial loss analysis converts productivity gaps into concrete financial metrics by quantifying underutilized full-time equivalents and associated salary costs. Here, you can see precisely how much capacity is available across teams and departments, translated directly into dollar values. You can see how many workers don't meet your minimum productivity threshold, find teams that have a recurring problem of low utilization, and get a detailed view of utilization trends over time. This allows executives to make data-driven decisions about resource allocation, performance improvement, and organizational change. Let's start with activity alignment. Activity alignment identifies activity patterns across your workforce and highlights areas where employee effort may be misaligned with company objectives. In this instance, we're looking at core activities versus non-core activities. Using the filters, let's take a look at a specific team's activity over the past week. So, looking at the data, we can see that 88% of the team are achieving their productivity goals, with 41% focused on core activities and 47% focused on non-core activities. We can also see that 13% of the team may be misaligned in their efforts and likely need some assistance from their leaders to get them back on track. If we scroll down, we can get a more prescriptive view of the team at the individual level and how they're spending their time. This data enables managers to refocus teams on top priorities and gives executives a clear line of accountability. The Workload Balance Dashboard gives leaders and managers a visual snapshot of employee workloads based on short and long-term historical data. ActiveTrack's Capacity and Headcount Planning Report reveals untapped labor capacity and makes it easier to right-size teams. You can analyze employee workload to see who has capacity to take on more work or who's at the risk of burnout. Another area where ActiveTrack can help with cost reductions is by providing visibility into unused software licenses. Looking at the Technology and License Optimization dashboard, you get a great view into license usage and, more importantly, license inactivity. Here we can see the total number of licenses owned compared to the number of active users. Based on this example, you would be able to reduce total license costs by over $50,000. Workforce optimization isn't about doing more with less, it's about doing the right. The workload software license. Here we can see the total number of licenses owned compared to the number of active users. Based on this example, you would be able to reduce total license costs by over $50,000. Workforce optimization isn't about doing more with less, it's about doing the right.
Okay. So, all right, thank you very much for watching that video with me. I hope that you got some key insights on how ActiveTrack can transform your productivity into ROIs and eventually boost that bottom line. So now we move on to the second poll. So just like before, head over to our activity center and you should see the following poll. Where do you see the biggest ROI opportunities in your workforce? The options are boosting efficiency and engagement, cutting wasted time and cost, improving resource allocation and delivery, and building accountability with transparency. Your responses will help us see where to focus the most energy moving forward. So let's hear from you. Go ahead and select your answers. Awesome. Cutting wasted time and cost. That is definitely a big one for sure. Just giving another minute for you to go ahead and submit your answers, and then we will move on. And I would leave the poll open as well, and we can swing back around to it if anything, okay? All right, so now let's talk about the case studies. Think about your own teams for a moment. The back-to-back meetings, the emails piling up, the constant sense of being busy but not always moving the needle. That's exactly where organizations like Hearts ASAP and the York International once stood, and their stories could just as easily be yours. Hearts ASAP discovered nearly half their track time was being spent on low-value work. With ActiveTrack, they cut 42% of that non-productive time, reclaimed 12,000 productive hours every month, and saw a staggering of 122 times the ROI. Roughly $6.8 million in business value. Imagine what that kind of reclaimed time and saving would mean in your organization. York International faced a different challenge. Lack of transparency in a hybrid teams were working. By embedding active track dashboards into their daily stand-up and reviews, they cut wasted meeting times, created shared visibility between leaders and employees, and built trust across the business. Productivity became a conversation, not a confrontation. And here's the broader industry picture. Active Track benchmark shows that organizations are achieving up to 25% more productivity time, even as average workday shrinks. On the flip side, wasted time costs about 11.2 million for every 1,000 employees each year. These are not abstract figures. They're the dollars and hours leaking out of organizations just like yours. Now, imagine this in your context. What if you could see exactly where your team's energy is being drained, reallocate it to high value work, and show your CFO the direct financial lift? These stories show what's possible when productivity isn't just tracked, but transformed with Active Track. So let's see a video of this in action. Here's a short demo video on Active Track platform.
Welcome. I'm thrilled you're here for a hands-on look at Think and Change Productivity, powered by Active Track. Whether you're managing a small business or leading a large enterprise, this platform is your new secret weapon for smarter decisions and better results. Let's jump in. First up, the Productivity Dashboard. This is your command center. I can filter reports by date, today, yesterday, or any period I like. Need to drill down by team or even a specific person, like Carrie Ann? It's just a click away. Once I've set my filters, the dashboard serves up a clear breakdown of total work hours, plus productivity categories like productive, active, passive, unproductive, undefined, and even offline meetings. Everything's displayed in percentages and time, so it's super easy to spot patterns. Want to know where your team spends their time? I get instant visibility into the top websites and applications. Think YouTube, WhatsApp, or our own internal platform. For each, I see time spent, usage percentages, top pages, and who's using them. It's real transparency, making it simple to identify what drives results and what's holding us back. Now let's check out schedule adherence. This is a newer feature and a real game changer for time discipline. It tracks the first and last activity of the day so I can see who's logging in late or logging off early. I can customize columns, export reports, PNG, CSV, Excel, you name it. Sharing insights is a breeze. Next, personal insights. This is all about empowering your people. Each user gets a private dashboard with a 7-day summary, screen time, productive hours, focus, collaboration, and more. I can spot trends, see where my time goes, and understand how certain websites impact my day. It's about building awareness and encouraging accountability without micromanagement. Moving on to team comparison. Here, I can compare groups side by side, see productivity, efficiency, and workload at a glance. Who's overworked? Who needs more to do? Who's taking healthy breaks? I can analyze non-business apps, custom productivity categories, and even tweak what counts as productive for our unique culture. Maybe Google Meet is an in-house tool, WhatsApp is messaging, and YouTube is entertainment. It's all customizable. Last but not least, integrations. Active Track connects with my favorite tools: Google Calendar, Outlook, HR systems like Bamboo HR or SuccessFactors. That means I get a full picture of productivity, synced with schedules, and enriched with HR data. Reporting is not just easier, it's smarter. And that's a wrap. Thanks for joining me on this demo of Think and Change Productivity, powered by Active Track. If you want a closer look, a personalized walkthrough, or you're ready to supercharge your team's efficiency, just reach out or sign up today. Let's get things done together.
All right. So now that you've seen this in action, we've talked a little bit about the challenges, the solutions, and how ActiveTrack can solve or be a part of that solution as well. Let's address the elephant in the room. That's privacy. Workforce analytics has a bad rap for misuse as surveillance. But that's not what ActiveTrack is. No surveillance, no keystroke logging, no screenshots, no webcam monitoring. Instead, ActiveTrack looks at aggregated data, focusing on patterns and trends rather than tracking individuals. Both employees and leaders see the same information, which builds trust and transparency. With the strong compliance standards like GDPR, SOC 2 Type 2, and the built-in anonymization, ActiveTrack ensures data is handled responsibly. Simply put, it's about understanding how work happens, not spying. This is about what empowering both leaders and employees with the same insights. So decisions are data driven, coaching is timely, and workloads are balanced. That's the moment when you stop guessing, start measuring what matters, and position yourself as leaders who turn productivity into profitability. And yes, that can be you. These are proof points that visibility plus action equal ROI. Now that you've seen the challenges again, the solutions, the data, and the proof, the question is, what will you do differently starting today? Productivity powered by ActiveTrack gives you visibility to act. Together, we can turn productivity into profitability. Go ahead and scan the QR code or select the link that I'll be placing in the chat in a minute, and let's start building your roadmap today. So I'll give you a few minutes to go ahead and select the link before we go over into our question and answer segment. One moment, it's gonna come over real quick. So just give me 1 second, okay? So you should see that link come over any minute now. And this is where you can set up that one-on-one consultation with me for further details on how to move forward with ActiveTrack, or if there's any questions or concerns you want to know a little bit more about how you can benefit, like talk about the organization and where we can work for you, then you can come over to me. But the link is now in the chat and I have pinned it for you. So you can go ahead and select it from there. So in the meantime, I want to hear from you. What's on your mind? What challenges do you face in your teams? Let's make this last section a dialogue where we talk a little bit about any and everything that you saw today. Any questions or concerns that you may have, you can go ahead, open up your mic, raise your hand, drop it in the chat, whatever option for you. So go ahead and let me know. And if it was all clear, you can go ahead and let me know that as well. Just send in the chat. Everything is all clear if you have no questions. Were you all able to scan the link or select the link? Awesome. Thank you all. All clear, all clear. Awesome. I'm so glad to hear. Troy, hi, welcome. Is it all clear for you? Any questions, any concerns? And Alex, where are you from and which company are you supporting today? Oh, awesome. You're from the Jamaica Productivity Center. Nice. Welcome, welcome. You're welcome. All right. So if we have no further questions or concerns, I still left up the link and also the QR code for you to scan. But I do want to say thank you all for coming out today to our Productivity Talk series, From Productivity to Profitability, Workforce Optimization in Action. I will definitely share this recording with you via email that you used to sign up for the webinar. So you should receive email confirmation with this once the video is available, and also you will get the transcription as well. I will also share with you the link for you to go ahead and sign up if you didn't get a chance to do so before. But I hope that you had a wonderful and insightful time with us, and we hope to see you soon. We do have a webinar coming up at the end of this month, so we will share that information with you. That will be a crossover webinar with other features on security by Coro, cybersecurity by Coro, and of course, Staff Sync HR by Blue Qubit Consulting. So again, I am Carrie Nelson Pinedo from Blue Qubit Consulting, and thank you for coming out. See you next time. Bye.